Are you married? Well done. So I just want to let you know that the money that you have is not yours. Do you want to know who it's for? Stick around and you'll find out. It's God's money. I don't know what you're expecting to hear, but yes, the money that you have is God's money, and you are just a steward of that money that He has given you. So you don't want to disappoint Him by managing it poorly. Nope. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 tips on how you can manage money and finances in marriage. All right. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is openness in marriage. Okay. So we all know, as the Bible says, the two will become one. So you need to have some sense of unity in the way you manage this money as a married couple. And like I've mentioned before, these are Christian thoughts. These are my thoughts, but they're Christian thoughts as well. Okay. So you need to be open with the way you manage your money. His money is my money. My money is his money. And I just want to share something with you. You know, my husband is self-employed. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, he's an engineer. But you know how that is, you know, being self-employed and all. So there's a time when the income maybe wasn't coming in, maybe at a particular time, like maybe this month it's a bit late. So you have to pay stuff fast and things like that. And his account was running, you know, a bit low. So he asked me for my ATM and I gave it to him. I even made some fun and some jokes and saying, hey, I'm chopping my money on you today. Whoop, whoop, what? You know, and then we laughed about it. But that's the kind of openness and oneness that you want in marriage. And it doesn't take away anything from him as a man or as a great husband because, you know, he got my ATM. No, actually it's his money. It's just that it's on my account. You get it? So be open in marriage, be unified, and that pleases God. I believe it does. Yeah. And that's the first tip I want to talk about when you're managing finances in marriage. Because you'll see that you'll grow together. You know, when you know what he has, when you know what she has, you plan better together, and then you ensure that you multiply it because you're unified. Okay? Yeah, that's the first tip for you.
Light bulb moment, Lisa. Did you know that while the rest of us are in 2021, Ethiopia is still in 2014? So, if you did meet your 2020 goals, I think you know where to go. And by the way, even if you walked there, you'd still be on time. Thank me later.
So the second tip that I want to share with you is about how you actually manage this money, the finances that you have in marriage. And you realize that it's 3-dimensional. So I'm going to talk about the first dimension. You know, the first thing is you have to make the money. Yes, that means you have to work. You have to put in the work. You don't want to just be expecting money to just fall onto your laps. That's not going to happen. So we need to put in the work. Whether it's him putting in all the work, whether you're doing, you know, you're both working, somehow that money has to come in. All right? That is the first dimension about growing the money. So you can't grow what you don't have. So you have to make it, guys. So the second dimension in, you know, managing this money is you need to keep it. Yes, keep it. We're talking about saving, saving, saving. You need to save. You need to learn how to save as a couple in marriage. So saving helps you with the big purchases, you know, the big purchases. Do you want to travel in December? You need to start saving now. Those things of waiting for a big deal, waiting for a deal to come, and then that's when maybe we shall think about traveling. No. You need to enjoy together in marriage. So don't wait for those deals to come in. You need to save. Do you want to acquire a big, you know, item in the house? You want to buy chairs. We know these days chairs are out of this world. We're talking 10 million and things like that. You know, a washing machine. Learn to save for something. So it's also very important that you don't just save for, you know, it's important that you save for something. Otherwise, that money, you're going to start saving it. You don't know what it's for. You're thinking, okay, let's save. Maybe we shall use it for this. You know, money. You all know when you have money, things come up. That's when problems come. That's when you get phone calls. Wow, what? You know, help me, loan me this money. So if you save it for something particular, is it for the children's school fees? Maybe for the future, save it there. Is it for buying a washing machine? Save it in bits. Do you want to travel to your dream destination? Don't wait until you become extremely rich to start traveling. You need to enjoy the money that you have actually worked for. So save, save, save. And we all know that when you save, saving is, let's say you're trying to make a big investment, you're trying to buy land, etc. You may not have 150 million. So you need to actually make time to start saving that money. That is the second dimension I wanted to talk about. Yep. The third dimension, about managing your money as a couple in marriage is you need to grow it. Yes, guys, you need to invest. Yeah. Investing helps you think about the second and third generation. Don't look at just now. No. Think about your kids. Ensure that you've left something for them, so that when the kids come into this world, they are not struggling. And we all know the Bible says that a good father leaves an inheritance for his son. So you need to start now. Okay. So, and many times you'll see people on Instagram or social media, they're going out, they're enjoying life, and you will think that, these guys are eating their money. I also need to eat my money. Yeah? Forgetting that there are some who are wise who are actually just not eating their money. No, they are eating the profits of actually what they have invested. And that's a good rule of thumb. Don't just eat money for. And that reminds me of an interesting meme that I saw, I'm going to just read it for you. It says, don't let the pressure of those eating their harvest make you eat your seeds. Bananga Ugandans like to eat seeds. Don't eat your seeds, First invest it. And then when you invest it, the profit that comes out, you can blast away, And investment is the only thing that actually gives you more money to save, more money to give, more money to do even more. So that's why investment is very important. So that's the third dimension in managing your money in marriage. And as you do all this, it's important that you're reminded that you need to inquire of the Lord before you make any decision, because we see that people have tried this business has not worked out. You've made this investment, it has all flopped. Inquire of the Lord before you make decisions. I guarantee that the decisions you make will be wiser. They will be profitable because you've inquired of Him and He has actually given you direction on what to do. So that's like a tip that I've shared with you. Use it. So the third tip, we're going back to the tips. We've left the dimensions. We're going back to the tips on how to actually manage finances in marriage. You need to plan for your money. How are you spending it? What are your expenses like? And you're doing this together. Remember, I will emphasize you're working together as one. Don't let the money control what you do. You need to be in control of the money, you see. So for me, in my household, we have some kind of rule in regards to how we actually manage our money. It's like a budget framework, so to speak. So we have 10% for giving, very important, 10% for tithing, 10% for saving, 20% for investment, okay? And then the 50% that remains for blasting. Now you can spend, spend. But remember, you've done the other things first. So that gives you some sort of direction. You know that, okay, this money is going here, this money is going here. You're not surprised, okay? So it's very important that you have some sort of breakdown on how your money should actually work for you. So, and I want to emphasize on the tithing and the giving. It's very important that you tithe first. Don't first spend. You spend, then the money that remains, you're like, okay, let me tithe for this one. What about tithe next month? We all know that it's important that we tithe. We give back to the Lord, not because He needs it, but because you're showing, gratefulness to what He has given you. And then giving is very important. As a Christian, these are Christian thoughts. So as a Christian, you need to have some money every month that you are giving. And it's not about, I'm earning little, I have nothing to give. No, there is always something to give. Remember the widow who was at the city gates waiting for Elijah? She had nothing. Literally, she was picking some wood so that she could feed her son and they would die. but Elijah came and asked for something, and she opened her doors to him. And we all know that story, how she never lacked in the whole of the drought. So you need to always give. There is never not enough to give. So please set aside some money. Bless the community. Bless someone in need. And you'll see that, trust me, the Lord will pour unto you and your household, and you will thrive. Money will be following you, So ensure that you actually know where your money is going. Yeah? So have budgets, know your net worth, okay? I'll just show you a spreadsheet here about your net worth. It's important that you know, what's my net worth like? What's our net worth like this year? What do we want it to be in 5 years to come? Okay? Calculate your net worth and know how much, you want to amass in this year also. So know your liabilities, know your assets. And then you see that gives you strategy, because you're like, our liabilities are more. So what do we need to do? Let's strategize. How do we actually increase our income so that we can buy more assets and things like that? You really need to ensure that you plan for that money. Be in control today. So the fourth and final tip about managing your finances in a marriage is to be content. Guys, you need to be content. Many times, you've just gotten married with your spouse. You're trying to build life together. You're starting out. Many times, a majority of couples are starting out, And then you meet other couples and they're sharing how, for them, they're entering their new house, how they have bought, 2 more cars, and you're like, you begin to put pressure on your spouse that, for us, what are we doing? How come we don't have all these things? But you're not giving yourself time. Give yourselves time to grow. And many times you'll see, majority of the time you'll find that people have put in the work. So they've probably been married maybe 8 years, 10 years. They've been grinding. They've been putting in the work. So honestly, if they have a house, really they're putting out. You don't expect now, so you've not really done much. The point is, give yourselves time. Give yourself time. Don't compare. Be content with the season that you're in now, and accept it, embrace it, and then work towards building that legacy, building that mansion and buildings that you want to actually do. So don't compare. I implore you, don't compare in marriage. When you follow these 4 tips, trust me, you're going to actually, like how they said, in your marriage, your money and your finances are going to be much better. Let me know in the comment section, how do you actually manage your money in marriage? Let me know. I want to know. My name is Consultkusiima, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, now is the time. Go ahead, click that subscribe button, and also turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And don't forget to also like, because when you like, it helps this video to more people that may be inspired just like you.